Have a story to tell? I believe you. Ghost, cryptids, the unknown. Let's talk about it. This is my GhostCast. Welcome back to the next episode of my GhostCast. My guests, Genny, Anastasia, and Angela. All three are the Ghost Hunting Beauties. I finally got to get all three of them for an interview. And let's just say this, not only are those ladies courageous, but they're funny, witty, and I had a blast on this interview. Stay tuned. Don't be scared. Hey guys, welcome back to my GhostCast. Your host, Threz. Today, we got some guests, some pretty interesting guests. Ghost Hunting Beauties. Welcome, ladies, to the show.
Hello. Hi. Thank you for having us.
Yes, if you guys, ladies, plan, please introduce yourselves.
All right, we'll start from the left.
I am Genny Murphy. Hello, hello.
Angela.
Anastasia.
And we're the OG season 1 cast of Ghost Hunting Beauties.
Nice. Thank you, ladies, for coming back on. I really wanted this opportunity to interview all of y'all. Thought that was pretty cool, meeting y'all, taking pictures with y'all, and going to that last thing was pretty cool. I see y'all been doing a lot of traveling and showing up at a lot of events.
Oh, yeah. We always got something going between all three of us. We're always going, doing something. Like, people think that all we do is the ghost hunting. It's like, no, this is kind of a side adventure.
Yeah, yes, we're moms. Yes. We're dog moms.
We're very busy with other things, but
the
ghost hunting gets us out of the reality.
Yeah,
and, that's true.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's fun.
It's a fun, little break from reality.
Yes,
there you go. I like that.
That is awesome. Tell the audience about your show, Ghost Hunting Beauties.
Oh, man. All right. I guess I'll start with leading this. These two ladies are the reason it started, because they were dressed up fancy and they went ghost hunting, and they went on adventures that I haven't seen the pros do. I mean, they were climbing in air ducts. They were willing to go the extra mile, and they weren't scared of anything. They were going. And so I thought, I've never seen a ghost hunting show with really gorgeous ladies dressed up and ghost hunting. You don't usually see that. You usually see plumber's crack and all
men.
Right. Men with the plumber's crack, and it tends to be something that seems like the bros. And I was like, well, what about the girls? Why couldn't we do this? So it inspired me to start the show. When I asked them, they didn't even hesitate. They were like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how it got to be, is ladies going ghost hunting. If you can do it, we can do it better, and in heels and eyeliner.
And lashes.
Yeah. And lashes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got the lashes going.
And how did y'all meet each other? How do y'all know each other before the show?
Let's see, how did
Genny and I were friends online for years before we met in person, and we finally got a chance to meet in person. And then Angela, we met you too, and it was we all were friends online, really. Right. And I mean, that's the beauty of an online community.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
Yeah, so it's just through social media, online.
Yeah, and these two are inseparable. They have a chemistry. I thought they had been friends for 20 years, knew each other forever, and they're like, no. I was
it's the Eastern European thing.
Yeah. we just met and instantly clicked, and it just started a whole friendship. I mean, you clicked with us too.
Right. That's right. I felt like an accessory though. These two have I love to watch them. That's why I said their chemistry, you'll see it even more finally in season 2, because I get to see more of their chemistry. There's so much we had to cut from season 1 because cameras would malfunction, audio would go out, and then we were missing the heart and soul of a lot of it. It was really too technical, and it turned out beautiful, but season 2 is going to have a lot more. There's an episode with these two. I'm like, I could have just had the whole show where I sit back and watch their
the hospital. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to see that episode. Honestly, that was the most fun I've had in a really long time. So yeah, I hope you guys have fun watching that one too, because that's going to be great.
Oh yeah.
I don't mean I say it to pry. Is there anything you want to tell about season 2 that you want to share? Or y'all just want to save it?
I'll let each one of them give a little teaser if you want. Like I said, doesn't matter to me. I was like, you're still going to want to watch, because even telling about it there's not much you can give away because so much happens. Like, where do you start? Like,
well,
Genny?
sorry.
Go.
Sorry, not Genny. I think that season 2 has a lot more, I don't want to like put it in negative, but like demonic energy.
Right.
Yes.
So I think that season 1, we were encountering some really like, sweet, docile, like young children, spirits, women's, like really just calm energy. And season 2 was a lot more dark. To the point where like, there was even a time where all of us experienced like health issues at one site, mm-hmm. and we had to leave early. Like there was a lot more,
negative energy,
yes. But like in a positive way. Like it's so much more exciting to watch, and actually, yes. like we're all fine. So right. I mean, it's positive too. But yeah, it was a lot more demonic this season than I think that the first half was.
For sure,
right. You are right.
Yeah. I mean, we took a walk on the dark side, mm-hmm. if that makes any sense. It was lighthearted when we started, but I think as we got deeper, we took a walk on the dark side.
Yeah, and it ended that way. I mean, it's still kind of triggering, right?
Yeah, especially even just editing that episode, things are starting back up again. So that's the only kind of teaser I can like give you on that. I can give a few more, but there's one dark place that we went, which will be the season finale, that all of us felt it, and we realized that it's not just ghost hunting. It can come home with you. Mm-hmm. So we learned that really fast.
And I think we were more comfortable in season 2 as well, because the first season we just put our foot in the water, and
like we're not experienced actors. Like we're not like, we are, regular everyday people. And so this isn't something we've grown up around, or this isn't something that, we we're not used to having cameras in front of our faces, things like that, just recording everything we're saying. So I think we were really cautious season 1 because we were trying to, take it seriously, versus like what Angela saw, which inspired the show was Genny and I just goofing off. Like we were drunk in a hotel. We were drunk in a hotel, and we were, this is Hotel Galvez. If anybody, if you've heard of it, just in Galveston, we were just doing like a little staycation kind of thing. And we were just really drunk and having a good time. That place has a lot of history. And so we were like, let's go see the ghosts. And we were just really like feeling the energy, like even in our rooms and stuff. But it was just positive and lighthearted. But, I think that when you start actually getting into the nitty gritty, and you start seeing the reality of it, like this isn't just a joke, like this is energy that was from real people, and, not always good people. And you have to learn to be careful with it. You learn to be really careful with it.
And that's what we experienced in season 2. I mean, we have to be very careful, because it's not just fun.
It's not just fun and games. It's not just fun and games.
I had to become an ordained minister just to start protecting us, because it's one of those that I had to find my way back to. I'm not a religious person at all. Y'all know that. Not at all. But I have a lot of strong faith. And so my faith got really strong, because you see all the lighthearted stuff, and that's all we had experienced. Mm-hmm. We're like, why are people so scared ghost hunting? This is so fun. And then suddenly we started seeing things we couldn't explain that were darker, and you have to be really strong here. It's either that or wear adult diapers.
Yeah.
Because some of the things you see is going to really catch you off guard.
I think I need to start wearing diapers. I mean, I got so scared sometimes.
Yeah. That, and because taking long breaks, we needed a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that kind of stuff. People ask me all the time, they're like, how come you don't go out? And I'm like, I used to do some of that stuff. And then you just happen to stroll across more of it than before. And that stuff comes home with you. And,
it does. Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like, I guess what's that saying, is that once you can't unsee what you've seen, you can't unfeel what you felt. Now it's kind of like, okay, I recognize that feeling. Is that here with me?
Right.
And I'm sure y'all can relate to that,
Oh yeah. We have witnesses here at my house that saw stuff. I mean, these girls, they've seen things and experienced stuff as well, even outside of the show.
And you have to like be really careful about like your mental health and your physical health when you mess with this kind of stuff. And I don't think that's something that like I personally had realized. And so it, I think, was a little bit of a shock to me whenever things really actually started happening, that I wasn't expecting. I didn't, thought it was fun and games, and it just, you have to be careful with that kind of stuff for sure.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, there we go.
I was like, oh no, it's like he's a puppet.
No, I gotta press the mute sometimes because I'm all breathing into it. I've heard it when you're working on your own material. I'm like, what's that? Oh, that's me breathing, man.
We'd be like, is that the demons?
Yes.
Yeah, so now I've learned to press the mute when I'm talking, and so when the audio, it will record just y'all's screen. And no noise from mine, so it doesn't jump.
Oh, I know what you're talking about with the Zoom split screen together. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, right now I have the split screen when I'm doing this, so I can see myself.
Love it.
I love it.
But yeah, so ladies, we'll go ahead and jump to a quick break. Guys, keep watching. This is going to get interesting. You're watching My GhostCast with our guest, Ghost Hunting Beauties. Hold on. One. Hey guys, welcome back to My GhostCast with our guest, Ghost Hunting Beauties. Hey ladies.
Hello.
Well, audience, we're gonna have our first person talking, first lady talking will be Genny. Genny, hey, what got you interested in the paranormal? Is it something from your past, or how did that work out?
Definitely my past. I've had numerous ghost activity around, like as a child in New Jersey. We lived in a 200-year-old white colonial home, and they actually had movies in the home I guess probably hundreds of years ago. And I found this out in a library. They had, do you remember the old timey, gosh, I don't know what it's called, when you go to the library and they have the film on like a microfilm.
Yeah.
And they said that there were numerous murders in the home. And I was like, that's pretty interesting. And so
that's pretty scary.
Yeah, it's scary. Yes. But as a child, I was like, that's just kind of crazy. And I was just enamored that they had mentioned that there was a circus monkey that lived in the basement. And so I was like, okay, there's murders and there's a circus monkey that lived in the basement. And because I lived in New Jersey and basements were the norm. And so I would go down there and peek around, but unfortunately I didn't come across any crazy no monkeys, no ghosts or anything like that.
With the little symbols.
Nothing.
Very Phantom of the Opera.
I know. But I was just, at that point, it just caught me. I was like, you know what, this is kind of interesting. Like, I want to see something. I want to see a silhouette. I want to see something. And so I just kind of, I didn't think much of it. And then as I got older, about 20 years ago, my home in the Woodlands, I rescue dogs. So I had lots of dogs in my home, and I don't know if everyone's aware, but they always mention that animals sense activity more than the humans.
That's true.
And in that home, I had a little dog named Copper, a little Chihuahua. Oh. And for some reason, I don't even know why, this sounds cruel, but he had his own room because all my other dogs slept with me in the bed, but he wanted his own little room. So he had the guest room, and I had a full-size bed in that room where no one actually slept in. And then he had his little dog bed beside the full-size bed. And at night I would tuck him in, close the door, and I swear I would hear little children's voices, giggling. Whoa. I mean, just constantly. And I'm like, that's just weird. And so I would go back and like go and check. And he would just be bright-eyed and either in his bed or like sitting near the closet.
Huh.
Wow. And just like staring, not barking, but just staring. And this happened, I would say, at least 20 times. And sometimes the bed, the comforter on the bed, because the bed was always made since no one ever slept in there, it seemed like someone was like laying on it, like a human body. I mean, copper is 4 pounds, so there's no way he was actually able to jump up on the bed. But that's when I was like, you know what, this is really legit. Like something's up. And I tried to find some research, like, on the home and like, like a murder or like any ghost activity in the past. A girlfriend of mine had mentioned that there was an Indian reserve in that area. So I was like, well, maybe, I mean, who knows? But at that point I was like, okay, ghosts are real. I want to proceed. And then again, it just kind of passed my mind. And then when Anastasia and I had gone to Galvez, like it was just kind of a whim because that hotel is known to have ghost activity. And so when we went there, I requested for us to stay on the 5th floor, which is like, I guess there was a murder there at some point.
A suicide.
Yeah, suicide. And so we stayed, I think it was room 510. And
503. No, we stayed in 501. 503 was the one.
Okay.
So we stayed in 501 and 503 was the one.
Now that makes sense.
Yeah. And literally when we walked up, like down the hall to our room, before we even got to the room, we had activity. There was a, what is it? The
like flapper. So do not disturb.
Yes, that you put on like for housekeeping and stuff. And we actually videoed it because we were like, this is crazy. There was no like air, we're like, okay, is there like a vent that's blowing on it? Nothing.
But it wouldn't have been shaking that way even if it was a vent. Like even if there was a vent, the way that it was shaking was
crazy.
So precise. Like like it was being jiggled back and sorry, I'm not saying
no, but that's how
it was weird.
It was insane.
Yeah.
And so at that point we're like, okay, we're like, dude, this is crazy. And then, and you could fill in on what you had seen because then when I left,
because I was working from home at the time, and so I had to take you went to the gym or something.
Yes.
And she's like super fit, and I was on a conference call, and from like the room just because it was a weekday or something that we were there. We did this on a whim, and the first thing that happened was the door. So I know you were at the gym or whatever, but our door to our hotel room, it opened and made a noise. Like it was like, you know how hotels room have a very distinct sound when the doors open and close? The door opened and closed. And I was like, Genny, I literally called her name, got up and looked. And there was like nothing there. There was actually a mirror close there. And I saw the door closing. So I thought she'd maybe come back or maybe housekeeping it opened it or something.
Yeah.
Nobody there. And then while we were staying there, also the fridge opened.
And
I heard about that.
There was a fog. There was like a silvery fog in our room too, but I have no idea what that was.
Yes, it was crazy. And then that night
it was like a shiny silver fog. It was like Edward Cullen and
yes, it was not like
water. It was literally just sparkly like smoke.
It was a Twilight.
It was so weird.
It came like from because actually that's when you climbed up on the
Oh, it was crazy. And the elevator.
Yeah, there was just
noises,
a lot.
The elevator coming up, and there were people making. Okay, it was crazy.
It was crazy, but that's at the point like we're just like, okay, this is insane.
Real.
And so we videoed a lot, and that's how Angela had seen. Like she's like, this is kind of crazy.
I had missed the girls' trip. I had COVID, so I was like, oh man, I was like, I wanted pictures. I was like, at least let me see pictures. What's going on? And they're like, this place is haunted. This was before I started the show. I wouldn't say I'm in a place haunted. I remember whenever they had booked it, and they're like, what's the most haunted floor? 5th floor. And they're like, that's where we're staying. And I was like, I don't think I would go. And I was like, anyway, I was known for years, I would not stay in haunted places. I would not. Like if I thought it was haunted or someone died there, you would not see me in that place. Now it's more like, that's the appeal.
Right. And that's what I think we want to do is like, let's go hunting. Like I want to find something. Like that's my goal,
Oh yeah. See what I mean?
And look at y'all now.
Yeah. They're the best. I was like, that's what I was like, their friendship and their adventure seeking is what I was like, it's so genuine and so amazing. That's why I was like, I gotta have these girls on a show. Like I could have stepped back from the show and just had them because they are so much fun. I love it.
Well, thank you. We love being a part of them.
Oh, like I said, these two are the inspiration. So when you think Ghost Hunting Beauties, they inspired it. And especially how many times do you see women get together that get along? Like it's all
for real.
These two never. Like, they're usually, if they're talking about someone, they're talking good about them.
Yeah.
They're like,
girl.
Look at her. She looks so amazing. Or wow. They're like, she's so nice. And I'm like, I've never seen this before. I'm like, this is so cool.
That's what we love about Angela. Like, it's a girls community that she started. Like there's just no tolerance for anything else.
Yeah, like everybody has good chemistry on the show.
That's true. And you're so positive too.
It's not a competition.
No.
Not who can see the most ghosts.
Right? We're all hoping that we get to see plenty of them, and sometimes we don't. Sometimes we don't, but sometimes we do, and we do.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, that reminds me of my. A couple of weeks ago, I came from my 30-year reunion.
Oh my goodness! Congratulations.
Yeah, I got to see a lot of good friends, but a lot of girls talking smack, right? It's like,
it's
a drama story.
I couldn't imagine.
Girl drama is crazy.
Well. That's a whole different podcast,
right? For sure. Luckily, we haven't had any of that on the show. It's been good. I can honestly say that. I can take a lie detector test and say that.
But that would be interesting, though.
We always thought about bringing one person
problematic, someone problematic,
yes,
or just maybe let me drink.
Right, like the black sheep, or yes, let's throw some.
But we haven't had that. We did not have that.
No,
the original cast, there was stuff like that, and it was so terrible. We were all just like, oh.
And that's why we didn't go with the original.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's like we were like, no. Yeah, that's why I said nobody realizes there was a whole episode filmed that no one will ever see.
Right.
That I wasn't even in it. Were you in it?
I was.
Oh, you were.
Yes, and it was just lots of negative energy from our part. Yes.
See, with like all the shows with the women that get, what is it, the Housewives?
Oh, Housewives.
And I'm like, that's not us. We're all like powerhouses in everything we do. We all lift each other up. Everybody is, even when we're tired and cranky, nobody's awful to each other.
No. And there's been a lot of times we've been tired and cold.
Oh my God, it's like all the time.
Yeah.
Every time. That's the true test of friendship. Is you throw in sometimes. There were times there was a little bit of alcohol. I mean, trying to get through nerves, and then take that in and add all these women, and we still didn't have drama. None. Like none. The most drama was me and my husband. Like doing this. That was the most drama.
They go everywhere together. They're together 24/7.
Like
that's awesome. Yes. The way they like drive together, everything. So I mean, I think that's normal for I think that's normal to have like a little bit of like, you know.
Yes, he gets cranky because he's like, I can't do all of this, and we're all like,
a lot. He does a lot. Yeah. And he does all the heavy lift, like literal heavy lifting.
That's true.
That would piss me off as personally.
That's one spoiler. Is we thought there was a demon in one of the episodes, and we were freaking out. And so I have this on camera, so I'm thinking about, I wish I would release just a blooper reel. If I get time, I'll do a blooper reel. But there's one to where you hear this, and we're all going, oh shit, it's happening. And then we see from SPI, because she's a minister, and she runs over to the pews. James is on his side going, he's passing out.
Oh, he was asleep?
He was cold.
Oh my God.
Cold. But I thought it was a demon. She thought he was possessed. And
he was just snoring or what?
Just snoring.
Oh gosh.
I mean, the long hours, they're so real. I mean, we're going till 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Right. And we start at 4 in the afternoon or 3 in the afternoon sometimes, so like 12 hours.
And usually before the ladies get there, James and I have done at least like 18 hours, and I haven't gotten any sleep because the night before we're prepping. Like it's a lot.
And we'll drive to locations too, so it's not like we're just going 20 minutes away. We'll be 4 hours away or 2 hours away or whatever. So we
have the devotion, we're putting it in, so they may think we're all just like little models or something, but no, everybody here, like these two will get into places I won't go. I'm like, you're gonna need a tetanus shot.
I really wanted to climb into a coffin at one of our, was it a coffin?
But you were.
But it smelled bad.
It smelled, and then actually it was, I don't think, remember there was like some.
Oh, there was like dust in it.
Yeah.
Too, so. Yeah.
There was something crawling.
But there's something. Yeah. No,
we don't go to the bathroom wherever we can, outside. So I'm sure a lot of people have seen her behind.
Oh my gosh.
There's no porta potty. All I know is that
they have mastered peeing. They're standing up.
Yes. On the side of the road.
We need to
call the shiwi
so we don't have to take a break.
Literally, it's
That's why I said I've seen grown men who have run out of locations that these women were like, what?
I know the men will go to the gas stations, and we're like, no, we'll just squat right here. That's fine.
They went into haunted woods and peed. I was like, no. They like, don't you ever pee? I was like, apparently I don't. I'm holding it for very unsafe hours.
Yeah. Yeah. We've got the buddy system down. So
it's always been one of my greatest fears. Is some certain. Actually, I do have a story like that, but you're in the bathroom and then something happens. Like, all right, what do I do here?
Those are always the scariest scenes in movies.
Yeah.
Like when you're least expecting it, like in the bath. Like, don't do that.
Mm-hmm. That was it. McIntyre's. So McIntyre's, their bathrooms are haunted.
Oh.
And I heard that, and then I didn't know that, but people came out of the bathrooms laughing, and I went, what? They didn't tell me. That would have been nice to know before I went in there that apparently the toilets would all start flushing and the doors would go swing open and close.
McIntyre's downtown?
The one we're going to tonight.
No, not that one. No, the downtown.
Yeah, that's where we're going.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one is the one. I'm like, wait, yes, that one. Yes, the bathrooms are haunted. So fun.
I've been there twice. I had my debit card stolen from there, and someone put a $5,000 tab on it.
Oh,
that's the only really scary thing that's happened to me in McIntyre's downtown.
See,
that's pretty scary, though.
That is scary. I was there, and a lady got her purse stolen when I was there, and then they tossed it. So I mean, there's all kinds of crime that just happens everywhere in Houston.
Well, with the hotel that we had stayed at,
Icon.
Yeah, we were taping and our cars got towed. We were like in the middle of it was crazy. 2 a.m.
So like we had pulled into the same thing, and like the guy was like $10, and we were like, cool. So we paid him, and then we get back, and like he's still there, and they're like, you're supposed to pay the thing. You're not supposed to pay a person. So you also have to give us $180 each.
And then there was a fight in the parking lot and with the crowbar.
Oh yeah, the guy took out a crowbar and took off his shirt.
I didn't get to see this. Yeah, I just saw the cool stuff.
So that
was really scary. That was really scary.
Yeah, that was scary. That was like legit scared.
Yeah, that was a fear. That was a paralyzing fear that I never want to experience again.
Wow.
Watching a man take a shirt off with a crowbar.
Oh my god. See, like I said, this is why I love those two. I'm telling you, like, I wish we could have filmed so much more behind the scenes, like, because all the crazy stuff that happened. And of course, season 1 was basically when the cameras weren't rolling, stuff happened. Season 2 was we pretty much caught it all. Like, we still did have corrupt cameras and sound. We have 2 cameras that were completely corrupted at Yorktown, and that was sad. But I have that on my phone filming to where we had film crew that go, look at this. And I was like, what? And I'm going over there going, please don't say it was corrupted or it's erased. And it was all erased.
All erased.
I had that happen too when I filmed my mom. So my mom was one of the first people on my show.
Oh, wow.
And she recorded because she would not tell the story. She has a lot. And I finally talked her into it. We set it up and I recorded it. And she told like 4 stories. And I'm like, I'm so proud of her.
Aww.
And then I go look, and all of it's gone.
No,
not in the camera, not on the cloud.
Wow,
just pieces of it.
Right,
rude.
Of course, I even drove her over there to go see the old neighborhood that she was at, and so she had some pretty scary stories. So I was like,
Yeah, we had Demon's Road was completely erased. We had to redo it. So if you've ever had to do Demon's Road in the first place, where it's dark and scary and things are happening, we had to redo the whole thing.
Yes, we did.
The whole thing. And it wasn't as active as the first time, but there were crazy things that happened. Like there's stuff that I don't even think we put into the show when we were surrounded by footprints. Like we were like, I didn't even hear the footprints. I was already terrified because I was just sitting there. It wasn't that anything was scary. It was just that feeling. Like I get a closing feeling on my chest when spirits are around me. Like I start feeling like I'm choking, and I because they're trying to speak through me and do different things, and I didn't know that's what a medium was or any of this stuff, but apparently it happens. And so I was already getting that crushing feeling, and then the film crew is just sitting there going, holy shit, we're surrounded. And I go, what? They're like, they thought it was kids that came out of the woods, like jacking with us. And it got closer and closer until it was right next to us. Right next to us. They stopped. And then it said something on the ghost box about soldiers and marching. And I went, they're like, we march and we're soldiers or something like that. And I was like, oh, hell no. Because supposedly they had a battle over there. And I guess we discovered it. So then I want to go to her story with Demon's Road. She's got a good story for Demon's Road.
I'm trying to remember exactly what happened, but I was so scared that I think I like blacked out. I'm not even joking.
I call it the day Anastasia quit. I call it the day Anastasia quit.
Yeah, no, genuinely, I don't remember. We were walking down the road. Were we filming ourselves?
You had the night camera.
Yeah, that was it. Camera. We were filming, so we were like by ourselves, and I don't ever wear my contacts, so I don't really ever know what's going on visually around me. And I do that on purpose. So from somewhere, like from, I don't know, 20 feet away, I see a light. I think it was a light, right? I'm so serious. I think I blacked out because I remember just feeling it like pin needles go down from my scalp all the way to my feet, and then it was just gone. So
she left her body.
I left my body. I left my soul. I peed. No, I don't. No. But I don't remember what happened. I don't. I'm so for real. Like, we were out there, and then we saw the light, we saw the shadow, we ran, and you know what? James was there, because I think in the video I say, James, like, turn around or something.
You said James, and then Leslie, who was, she had a camera filming you guys, or sound or something, and she goes, I don't want to die today.
Oh my God. I don't even remember.
We used that sound bite on the thing, is I don't want to die today.
It was...
Yeah, what happened? I watched the video, and that's one of my favorite episodes is the demon room. And I saw y'all running, so I wanted to ask, man, what did y'all see that didn't come out of
I don't even know.
It was just a light from
a light and a shadow. There was a person.
Yes, and then we heard some noise. But it looked like there was a person coming towards us, and that's what I think.
It's crazy to experience these things because, like, you don't know what to say to have people believe you or, like, like think you're crazy. So it's hard. It's really hard to explain that kind of stuff. But, like, I mean, when you experience it, you'll know. You'll know.
Well, and that's the thing too, because when you talk about ghosts, it's a tricky subject because a lot of people are like, are you like thinking like,
are
crazy?
You crazy? Are you,
imaginative?
Yeah. Are you
making this
like
up?
Looking for attention? Like whatever it is, it's hard when things really start happening because you're like, how do I go about explaining this to somebody who doesn't believe?
Yeah. Luckily, you're in good company, so I'm with you. I mean, part of my show is I believe you. I at least believe you enough to hear the story and let you put it out, because I get it. So when stuff happens like that, it's scarier than any movie that can ever show you it, because it adds all the other 3D pieces to it. The feeling, the smell, the sensation on your skin, the breathe on your neck. You said, how do you explain that to someone?
Exactly.
There's no words.
Right.
Because it's paranormal.
Yeah, it's paranormal.
Paranormal.
Right. Like she was like, she goes, that's it, I'm done. I remember hearing her scream. I was at the other ends of the road. Like, I was going to meet up with them. And so I can see in the dark.
She's got 20/20.
I can see in the dark. I don't know how I can do it, but I've been able to see in the dark forever. It's something that as a kid, I was sneaky. So, and so there were no lights in my house, so I'd always, sneak around or sneak out. And so it's like a developed trait for being sneaky. So I was like, oh, so I could see in the dark. So in the woods, especially, so sad story. My cousins used to leave me in the woods.
Oh, how old were you?
Probably about 5.
Oh my gosh.
6. So they'd leave me in the woods, and they'd leave me by the coyote den.
What?
Where? They hated me. Like, this was it. We have about
Scarred for life.
60 or 70 acres, Indian burial ground. Like, this is land that was passed down to us. If you've ever been to Centerville, a lot of Centerville belonged to my family.
Oh.
And so Buffalo, Centerville area, the Parker family, if you've heard of Quanah Parker.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, I love him.
So you would love, it's the Parker Cemetery out there.
Oh, my God, I've been there.
See?
Yeah, I'm obsessed with him. The Alaska Comanche Chief, so cool. Great
that's
book.
so true.
What is it? House of the Rising Sun?
So
that's a great book. Love it.
Oh,
I kind of get hot for him.
So that book was written about my family.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's like your great-great-grandfather?
Yeah. So that is a relative. So,
he's hot.
She gets me flustered.
He's so hot. Like,
I'm gonna have to read
he
this
was
book
like
now.
6'1". He was like half European and half Comanche. He was like the last.
He had like gray eyes. They called him gray eyes.
So beautiful.
He really was.
Man.
So he married Cynthia Ann Parker. So then
that was his mom.
Yeah, or I'm sorry, his mom was Cynthia Ann Parker. He
had 6 or 7 wives. Yeah, because one of the sorry, I know all about him. He had 6 or 7 wives. Was Cynthia. Yeah, his mom was the kidnapped girl.
So we have the story. We have it all handwritten from the family. All that story that's my family. So when I was a kid, I mean, look how pale I look. So when people saw me at school and I go, "That's my family," my teacher gave me an F on my project. An F. There's no way that you're Indian in your bloodline, because I'm pale. So my mom walks in. My mom has the nose, the cheekbones, everything, and she is very dark complected. And the teacher immediately knew what she was there for. Goes, "I'm sorry." She goes, "Would you like me to present the documentation to show the link to our family?" She goes, "The burial ground is on our land." Like, really? It's like, we have the land. So that's why I can see in the dark, is that my cousins used to leave me out there when I was 6, 5 or 6. I was little, and I had to find my way back. So I had to learn tracking skills as a very young age, just like survive or get eaten by coyotes.
That's so fucked up.
Hi, the coyote.
He made friends with the skinwalkers. It was like, hey.
Oh my gosh, is he?
Yeah, like what the fuck?
But he's obsessed with them?
Yeah, but he thinks I'm a skinwalker whenever I come home, so he has to test me with questions.
No.
He'll be like, "Mom, so how did you feel about the vacation we went on and whatever," or something like that. He'll like test me with what vacation, and he'll be like, "I was testing you to see if you were a skinwalker."
Oh wow.
What are you talking about? I was gone for 10 minutes. Anyway, keep going. He's funny.
I like that though.
I do too.
Yeah,
he's very intelligent.
Freaking weird though. Like, where did you do that?
So I don't know why. Like, that's like, he's smart.
He's so
he
funny.
must be extra smart.
He really is smart. He's a good kid, but it's funny.
Because my daughter just says I'm kidnapped by aliens. Like, if I turn down coffee, then she goes, "You were obviously transplanted from an alien and not my mother."
Must be someone else,
right? So that was their Demon Rose story there. So I could see in the dark when I was going to meet them. And then, like I said, we still haven't figured out if it was me or something else they saw, because I was going to meet them. And all I know is that I heard screaming and I saw them running. And so I'm running to catch up with them. And I was like, was it me? Like, what scared you guys? So I always joke that I'm the scariest thing on the show because I'm pale as a ghost and I can see in the dark.
I felt like it was something else, but it could have been. I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it's like a combination.
Probably both.
Combination. Angela's standing next to the demon.
It's next to me, walking next to me, and I don't see.
He is the demon. No, it's me.
Angela Road.
Oh my god! Because I always explore these places before I bring my girls, because I want it to be safe. I'm not like, if I sense demons and crazy stuff, I'm probably going to tell them, ladies, that we don't dabble in that stuff. That is not something we go looking for. We're not demon hunters. We like the lighter stuff. We want to see ghosts and shadows and cool stuff. We don't want to see.
We don't want anything to follow us home.
Yeah. So Demon's Road, I had to check it out first, and I really didn't sense anything. The only thing I saw was a lady at the end of the road with a shotgun who just didn't want to get down there. So we did not. She was a black woman on a dilapidated like a wooden house, and the porch was falling apart, and she had a shotgun, and she did not want me to walk down there. And I said, if you don't want us to walk down there, I won't come down here. And that's where I stopped the filming area to make sure we didn't cross down there. And interesting enough, that we had someone come to me before we started filming that day and said, "Oh, by the way, have you heard about the lady with the shotgun?" And I was like, I didn't tell anyone this story at the time. I didn't even tell James, because James is always doing something else. He's filming, he's got drones, he's doing something else. So I'm usually exploring by myself. And how would she know that? It wasn't like a story passed from a person to a person. So that's why I knew this place is actually haunted. There's cool stuff we'll probably find, but it's probably just spirits. I mean, it's their resting place. It's a graveyard. If you can't find something in a graveyard.
Yeah.
So that's why I explore first. I take the risk. If it's going to come at me, come at me. I'm not going to put them at risk at all, because they're too sweet, too nice. I don't want anything to happen to them. So
yeah, that's pretty cool. There's a place that I've been wanting to take my guys. Patterson Road. Have y'all heard of that? Patterson Road out in.
Is that in Conroe?
It's in Katy.
Oh, Katy.
Like right in between Katy and Houston.
No, what's it?
Road like a mile, but that has tons of stories to it, and it's always flooding in that spot.
Flooding?
Yeah, it floods. Anytime it rains, it floods. But it's a main road near I-10. I mean, it's almost like off I-10. And so
I-10 what?
I-10 in like Highway 6.
Oh, it's like right where I live.
No,
yeah,
I live at Eldridge. I live at Eldridge and I-10, which is one exit down.
Yes, so it's not far from there. As I used to live over there on
Patterson Road.
It's north.
Yeah, I'll stop by on my way home. No.
Not by yourself.
It's parallel to I-10, and it's about a mile. Right when you go to Highway 6, you take Highway 6 a little bit north and into all that brush and all the reservoir. I think it's reservoir that's out there. Yeah. There's a road called Patterson Road. And there's graveyards near it, but a lot of creepy and weird stuff happens. So we've been trying. Every time we try to set it up weeks ahead, just so happens that it floods.
Oh.
And so we want to come down on each side with the cams on both sides coming in and a third person coming from the graveyard and meeting up in the center. But
neat.
I've been able to do it.
Dang. When you do, let us know. Let us know what you find.
Yeah.
So besides the flooding, what else has anyone
in that area? People are seeing all kinds of people there, lights that are odd, shadow things. People talk about creatures. Then they talk about stuff in the sky, and I'm like, is that a portal?
Sky?
I'm like, that's a lot of stuff in a little bit of spot.
In 1 mile, a mile around.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But there's like nothing in between it. It's wooded on both sides.
Oh, so how do you actually get? So
it's a road. It's a straight road, right? And both they end. One ends at Highway 6, the other ends one of the streets in Katy. But in between that road is all wooded, and there's graveyards and there's a park and all kinds of stuff. So it's like wow.
Patterson Park.
Yeah, right next to Patterson Park.
Have you been?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know it was.
Now you'll have a new.
Look up.
I take my son there all the time.
Really?
Yeah. Have you seen anything?
No, but I've been focusing on my kid.
Oh,
The park is a little away from it, but yeah, there's a big park right there, right above it.
Oh, okay.
Down the road itself is, and there's two cemeteries there.
There we go. We're gonna make a
2 cemeteries. Y'all go visit and let me know what y'all find.
Okay.
After a few margaritas, we're like, let's go.
Give me one margarita.
After one margarita, I'll be hunting the ghosts.
Yeah.
2 margarita, I'll be doing the most.
Yeah, it was gonna be
Giving up my rapping career.
It was great.
So
everybody's starting one these days, right? So
Nicole Richie on TikTok rapping.
No, she's not.
Oh, it's guys, y'all have to see her TikTok. It's all rap videos, and it's the funniest thing. She's so funny, dude.
I have
and it's good.
She just turned she was real conservative for a while,
Richie,
yeah.
Harrison,
Yes.
The Simple Life,
yeah.
Conservative.
It's kind of conservative. Like dresses conservative, classic.
Oh,
she's always been like very boho.
Yeah.
Some boho.
Yeah, very like
With the hoe and boho.
Yeah, with the hoe and
all right, I'm gonna have to
she's laughing and she's funny.
No, she didn't put the bow in hoe. No, please don't cancel me, Nicole.
Sorry, we love you, Nicole. We love you.
It's going to be like all over the place.
I know.
It's ghost hunting.
They called me yeah.
They said they were positive.
Yeah, we were just trying to
run it in a good way.
But you could go into like the hawk talk, girl. I mean,
the hot pitch.
Come on. I mean,
my husband laughed so hard when he saw that, and he was like,
I mean, look at her. She's like a millionaire now.
Yep.
She's smart.
She's on my nerves.
Yeah. But she's very smart. I mean, even though she gets on my nerves, she's smart. She's making the money.
Like,
I couldn't have been
dumb shit all the time, and nobody's marking this. My bank account has not changed since I've said dumb shit. Like, I'm also just saying dumb shit.
You gotta post it at the right time on TikTok, because like that's all it takes apparently.
The thing is, before I knew where they were, the second they started talking to her, I said, "That's Nashville." I was like, "That is Nashville." I was like, 100%.
Could you guess
accent?
the
Oh yeah,
I think that's why I get so annoyed.
I think that's Nashville.
I think it's the accent.
That is, it's like
normal.
See, she hasn't heard a lot of my accent. It'll come out. So I said,
no, yours is cute. Yours is cute. I do hear yours.
You haven't. Wait till you have some drinks though.
Wait on that.
Oh
thing.
yes,
I have it all.
Hawk 1, Hawk 2, Hawk 1.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
This needs to be a highlighted section on the show is hawk toi.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. That was not very positive.
But you know what?
She's just all over my
She's always in my mind though, because when I brush my teeth afterwards, I spit and I'm like, I sound like the sound. I'm like, oh,
I thought this.
I'm not brushing my teeth anymore.
That's so funny. That's so funny. She's always on my mind.
Always. I'm brushing my teeth. There she is, because I'm spitting, and I'm like, oh,
that's so funny, dude. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, this one totally. We went.
Go. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
All
right.
Yeah.